Hello and welcome to Great Escapes with me, Izzy Suttie.
And me, Dan Skinner. Tell them about the podcast, Izzy, please.
Every episode we explore somewhere amazing. We get a taste of the place and we meet the people and we dig into the myths and the legends.
How it works is we go off and we do, not experiments, we do activities. And we come back and then just discuss what's happened and what we've done that day and share our thoughts, etc., and stories.
And our conclusions and our philosophies.
Yeah, and how it's changed us on the journey that we've been on.
It does sometimes. I cried in one of my interviews, but she was chopping onions.
So where are we going this week, Izzy?
We are exploring the Forest of Dean. Which Dean? Dean Gaffney?
Oh, do you know Dean?
Do you think he's been to the Forest of Dean and gone, this is
Probably.
my forest?
He opened it.
If he didn't open the Forest of Dean, I think that they should build like an artificial forest, like a theme park called the Forest of Dean and let him open it, even if it only operates for one day.
A statue of him and Wellard. But we're making light of the Forest of Dean, which is a magical corner of the country, isn't it?
It is gorgeous. It doesn't need Gaffney. It is truly...
It can survive without Gaffney. It has for years.
That's the mark of a quality place. It is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, it's like parts of it have been wooded over thousands of years, and it's inspired ghost stories and folk tales and some literature as well, some major literature.
It's said to have inspired Tolkien's Middle Earth.
It's also been on screen quite a lot as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been in Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Doctor Who, Merlin. And it is one of those places that you feel like you could get kind of sucked into a story when you're there. Like it's kind of, it's got like nooks and crannies and there's kind of lots of forest. It's not like an open place that you think, oh, I get what this is. You kind of really want to spend time there and immerse yourself in it. I absolutely loved it. As you know, I prefer woods to sea.
Oh, yes, I do know that. Had you ever been to the Forest of Dean before?
I hadn't been to the Forest of Dean, but I have been to Gloucestershire because my friend from college, Mark, his family lived when we were, I don't know if they're still there now, in a place called Far Oak Ridge in Stroud. And we used to organise a festival called Glastonbury.
Very good. Do you know, I wasn't sure if I'd been to the Forest of Dean, but I am almost certain that I went to a rave there in the early 90s. Although I am not entirely convinced it was the Forest of
that it was
Dean.
Even in England.
Yeah.
I know there were lights. That's all I know. But before we dive in, we want to hear from you. Have you got a great escape story of your own? Something funny, strange, maybe embarrassingly ill-advised from a holiday? We want to hear it all. Send it in and we'll share the best ones.
Yes, the kind of story that makes you cringe and laugh at the same time. The ones that make you think, I shouldn't have done that, but I kind of love doing it anyway.
Drop us a line at greatescapes@thinkpublishing.co.uk. We'd love to hear your stories.
Before we head off on this week's adventure, we just wanted to say a big thank you for all the messages about the very first episode in Shepton Mallet.
We've had loads of great feedback. Emma from Bristol has said she's now planning a trip just to get a selfie with the baby sham deer because apparently her late aunties were obsessed with it and she wants to impress them in the afterlife. I didn't know that ghosts could see phones, but...
No, obsessed with baby sham is like, that's pretty cool. And someone calling themselves Cornish Pete got in touch to say, did you know that Lethal Postman is an anagram of Shepton Mallet? No, I didn't. Actually, no, I haven't done any anagrams of Shepton Mallet. Apparently, it's also the name of a local vintage shop on Town Street, open Fridays and Saturdays. So they know what they're doing, don't they?
They do. I wonder if they sell Lethal Postman.
I don't think. That was the movie they didn't make. Lethal Postman. But the Forest of Dean has a rich mining tradition, and people have been mining the Forest of Dean for 5,000 years. Years and years and years and years and years. Yeah, 5,000 years.
So many years.
And it's home to the famous Freeminers, and they are local people who earn the right to mine personal plots called gales. It's also home to incredible craftspeople, including one of the country's most colourful potters, who you will be telling us about shortly, Izzy. But first of all, I'm heading underground to meet Jonathan Wright at Clearwell Caves. He's a miner, and he began by telling me what it is he actually mines.
Ochre?
Yeah, ochre.
Ochre. It's hard to describe. It's like it's a rock, but it crumbles. It crumbles when you touch it, and it's a purple pigment. It doesn't look like a bit of coal, but it looks like rock, but it's crumbly to touch, and it's a lovely deep purple colour, and it comes off straight onto your fingers like a powder paint, essentially. You can understand more why they would have sought this 5,000 years ago, because I think if you'd have come across that in nature, you would have thought this is really special, and you would have used it for something, because it's just not something that you'd come across very often.
No, and it is very special.
I would imagine they trade.
There aren't many
like
places.
Well.
Yes, they would have done.
They would have traded
because
this.
it was a high value product.
Yeah.
And so they would have carried it quite long distances.
Yeah. This would have been worth things. This would have been worth a couple of cows or something. This.
They painted themselves. They painted their houses. Painted animals. Lots of things. So we're now entering the cave.
So this cave is fairly big. It's an orangey red, ochre stained rock face, and it sort of surrounds us. And it's not smooth. It's very. It looks like dried mud. That's the only way to sort of describe it. But it's not. It's rock, and it juts out in all sorts of different directions, and there's holes in it, which is clearly where stuff has been mined.
Yeah, there's still a bit of iron ore around.
That's iron ore, is it?
So that's iron staining calcite. And if you look, you see that on the calcite it's stained by the iron, so it gives it that orangey yellow.
That's so pretty.
So those are stalactites beginning to grow, but they're very small.
Stalactites is a water thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's where water is dripping. If you look, there's little minute holes that water comes through. So if we come back in 200
years, those will be a bit bigger.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so if you can put it in your diary.
I will. I'll get my ancestors to come back and have a look. God, this is like amazing. It's very hard to describe it. It's good. It's beautiful.
What I like about it particularly is that most caves, I've done a lot of caving in my time, most caves are very grey and uninteresting, and yet here we've got colours.
No, this is real.
So we have purples, reds and yellows.
This is a real, it's a beautiful cave. It's beautiful. It's really otherworldly. You're like, it's like something from a film set. That's the best way of describing it. It's like if Hollywood made a cave system, it would look like this. It's the colours are incredible. The texture of the rock it's like being on Mars. Like if you went underground in Mars, you might imagine it looked like this.
But that's the Iron Planet, isn't it?
The Iron Planet.
So that's why you get that coloration in Mars.
Yeah, we're joining the dots. And this has all been mined.
Yeah, because if you look, you see the pickaxe marks.
Yeah, look, you can see all the pickaxe marks in the rock.
But they look as though they're fairly fresh, but they're actually medieval, those. We've found Stone Age tools that date back at least 4,500, and they assume that it's earlier than that.
Really?
So it's been mined for pigment in those days.
Oh my God.
It's just there's no wind or rain to wear them away.
Yeah, these
so
are
they still
medieval
look fresh.
pickaxe marks we're looking at here. That is amazing. That is amazing.
When I'm working way down in the mine, and I'm often working next to pickaxe marks in the ochre, and I know that those are hundreds of years old, and that someone was there doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing. And I do feel some kind of connection, to them.
But that's the thing, you do. I feel now, standing here, looking at medieval pickaxe marks in rock, I don't know how I feel, but I do feel, it feels, without having a total loss of vocabulary, it sort of blows your mind. There are precious few examples of that, I mean, you go to the Tower of London and see sort of things that have been there for a long time, but this is people working in nature.
And by candlelight, they'd have never seen the chamber lit up like this.
No, exactly. They wouldn't have even seen what they'd done.
So it must have seemed really mysterious, because they would never know really where the next passage went.
Yeah. It makes you feel like you're part of something much bigger. It expands your mind, this. It makes you feel like you are, you just get a sense of what's gone before. I mean, these are thousands of years old. This like a sense, not a sense of history, but just a sense of connection with the past. That's how it makes you feel. But it's a unique feeling, and it's not like something you get anywhere else. I don't think I've felt like that before. What fascinates you about this? Why do you continue to do this?
My family have been involved for hundreds of years, so I guess I just grew up with it. And my father was finding it difficult to operate the mine on his own, and asked me if I'd come and help him with it. And I've been here ever since.
It's a real community thing, isn't it, mining?
Because it's a birthright to the area. So if you're born in the area and over 21, and you've worked a year and a day in a mine, that can be coal, stone or iron ore, then you can register as a Freeminer and you can work a mine anywhere in the Forest of Dean, as long as it's not being worked already.
Right.
So there's a person in Colford working for the Forestry Commission, because it's a Crown job, and he administers the rights these days, and it's protected by Act of Parliament.
And Freeminers would do the same thing as you do, which is looking. So you can either you can look for pigment, or you can look for coal or iron, or
yeah, you're sort of brought up in a particular mineral in a way, and you
Right.
learn as you grow up really how to mine it and where it is, and the geological problems, and you just absorb it, as you grow up.
So, Jonathan, how dangerous is it for you to do what you do now compared to what they used to do in the past?
It's the same risk that people would have always had. What I do is what they did, and I imagine they would have done it very carefully, very slowly, because working by candlelight, it automatically slows you down. So they would have moved very carefully. You never step without checking where you're stepping, obviously. You don't just blindly step backwards. You always look first to make sure there isn't a deep hole there, or you're not going to trip over something. Tripping is the main danger. With the roof, the structure of the roof, when you go through, you know whether it's safe or not. It's pretty obvious. You build up a knowledge of what's safe and what isn't, and you avoid very loose areas, or obviously you work very carefully around them, but you also tap the rock, not above your head, otherwise if it is loose it'll come onto you. So you need to tap the rock, and if it's hollow sounding, you know it's not stable.
The practice of mining is done slowly.
Slowly.
Has to be done slowly.
Yeah, it takes me a long time to go down and get things out, because I just take my time. I produce, I imagine, about 1/4 ton a year now, so it's very small amounts. But carrying it out through a cave, because not everything is as big as this, is quite labour intensive.
How do you do that?
Just drag it in a bag. I've got a bag to drag it out with.
Yeah.
But in its own way, that's what I find enjoyable,
Yeah.
because you just take your time, forget about anything. When you're underground, you could have a world war going on, you wouldn't know.
No.
And then when you come out, obviously you're back into the 20th century.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an incredible place, and he had this auditorium carved out of the in one of the caves. So he built like a stage and seating, and the acoustics were sensational. And if you could do a comedy stand-up gig in there for about 150 people, no microphone because the acoustics are so good. And he's got a bar in there. I'm not joking. Like, he's built this. He's built all this stuff. Yeah, he's built a bar in these caves. Like, you know, very sympathetic with the surroundings. And it's just, yeah, I said to him, mate, you should definitely get a promoter to come down here and put on a comedy gig, because the performers would love to perform down here. It's all brilliantly lit.
Yeah. It would be beautiful.
Yeah, it would be.
And they
a real
could do all their
experience.
cave material.
Oh yeah, all the cave and all the Dean Gaffney stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And was it cold? Like, I always think of caves as like absolutely freezing.
It wasn't cold. It was raining really heavily the day we went, and there was rain dripping down through the rock into these big water pools. You felt fine. Yeah, it was an unexpected joy, actually, to go down there.
But Dan, I've just got one question. Are you sure it wasn't a pigment of your imagination?
I would imagine Jonathan's heard that joke a few times.
Do you? I
Bloody hell.
don't know. No way. I'm the first.
No way.
No way, man.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Clearwell
Good.
Caves to say it to him.
Well, when you do your comedy routine down there,
Yeah.
you can start with that.
I went somewhere very different indeed. Where you went into darkness, I went into light and colour and a vivid world of art. So I went to the house of Mary Rose Young. So her house and her studio are the same building. And from the moment you walk in, it's like a wonderland. It's impossible to feel anything but joy. I found I really, really liked her.
Do you want to paint something kind of for real, or just
Yes,
play?
if you've got, I'd love to paint something for real if you can spare it.
Yeah, I'll get
But
you something.
whatever
Just like a little bowl. This.
amazing, yeah.
Here you are. Bet you're good. I bet you're good.
I don't know, thank you.
Right from when I was about 11, we were living out on Menorca as a family. It was 1970-ish, and there was all these expats. There was a lady called Joan. She was an abstract, colourful watercolour artist, and she just did these paintings which were just colour. And I thought, at my young self, I thought, she's an artist. That's a painting. That's rubbish, but I could do. You know, I realised that actually just calling yourself an artist is all you have to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And how old were you then?
About 11 or 12, I just secondary school age.
So did you do it then? Or was it more watching her and thinking, I'd like to do that?
Yeah, no, off down to the harbour with my colours. I went, came up with something that I thought was quite latterly, when I saw David Hockney's work, I thought, hang on a minute, I could be David Hockney myself.
Isn't it funny how it's really about telling yourself, like, one key moment,
Yeah.
it's like recognising something within yourself. You go, hang on, nothing's stopping me from doing that. I want to do it. But I think that you have to also have the talent, which you obviously do.
It's a beautiful thing, you know. I think, people, in a way, a lot of people should just go to art college. Going to art college should be like for everyone, and then at least they've got that experience of, you know, living in a messy, creative way. I moved back after college, and I sort of trying to reinvent myself as a artist in the forest. No longer Mary Rose, family member of Angela and Bunny. Now, living the life.
Is this the only place that you work?
Well, if we're going into painful details,
Yes, come on.
there's an industrial unit down in Whitecroft, about a mile and a half down the road, where we've got more kilns, because we've only got single phase, we've only got one strand of electricity coming to the whole group of houses.
Oh, okay.
And I'm taking all the electricity because I'm in Mary Road. But I'm
So the other house is like, we want to cook our dinner, and
they have to come and ask me first. I say, well,
cook it in the kiln.
You just use a microwave quickly?
Yes.
Just, please.
Yes, I'm doing an important order.
Yeah, please. Just, I've got that little guy there, that little kiln there, little fuego. And that just plugs into the wall, so you don't have to have it all wired in or have three-phase. And actually, that big one there, that's my regular kiln.
Has that got a gender as well? I like the fact that you've called the little one he.
Oh.
Because boats are always called she, aren't
they? They're very much male.
Yeah.
Fuego, because he's got his name written on him.
Oh,
I don't know, Fuego seems like a boy's name.
Fuego sounds like a boy's name.
Yeah. What does Phil call it? He's got a name for him. Even heat, he calls that one. Because it's got even heat written on it. Yeah. Even heat.
Do you find that the environment influences, round here? Because it's like, forest, sort of very, like, I think of the Forest of Dean as quite a sort of thickly populated, dense trees, darkness, then all your stuff's really playful, vibrant, colourful. Yeah, do you are you conscious of being in an area that is at odds in a way with what you produce?
I am. I'm made to feel like that by... I don't want to feel like it. Yeah. I'm like constantly frightened. Who's going to come in?
So I was really, really enjoying the painting, and after we'd chatted for a little while, she started to look at my bowl.
I'm beginning to get a bit threatened.
By my birds.
Well, it's lovely. No, it's got a natural, because they're talking to each other. It's got a bit of bit of life, bit of humour, bit of action. Very neat, and the beak's very nicely executed. I didn't even tell you to use a small brush.
No, I didn't see one, but there is one now. I'll do the beak of this one. I really genuinely could stay here all day painting this.
I feel a bit like that because now I work on my own. I feel like I sort of grab people now and again. If it's the weekend and I can just invite people in, and they'll quite often just sit down with me and paint something.
Something real.
We had an open studios, and I got people to come down here, and also it helped me with Phil a bit because he could come in and talk to them and be part of it.
There's something. So I think while people are doing something creative, they just talk in a different way.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than that thing like sitting opposite someone thinking, oh, what are we gonna?
Yeah.
Whereas actually, I really think there's something. There's a cafe near me where you can just stick things. They give you little packets of strips of paper and stuff, and you can do, and it just changes the way that you have a coffee and sit with someone. And it's only a simple thing, really, but.
That's huge. Actually, you say that because that's exactly what I love about it. And people come in and they've sort of suddenly they've got this kind of mindfulness thing about that's what they say. It's like a sort of therapeutic kind of, they're all immersed in what they're doing and it frees up it's easier to chat somehow.
Yes, it is, and it's perhaps easier to even realise things about yourself, or like it's actually very social in that sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like solo writing or.
No, that's right. It was nice having other people in the room, when I employed people, but it was, an expensive way of having friends. I was. Well, I pay them to talk to me, so they've got to.
Yeah, they're terrible at painting. It doesn't matter.
No. Sometimes I just need to get things off my chest, and they've got to listen.
Yeah, exactly. That is the good thing about paying people. They do have to stay.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it? Because you think you sometimes go to somewhere, because I live in London, I sort of drive past and think, imagine living here, you wouldn't have any problems. You'd just be, and then of course life isn't like that. You're going to be, there's a writer called Will Dean who I really like, who lives in the middle of the woods in Scandinavia somewhere. You think, it's great, you must just chop wood and then write. But of course nothing's like that. But then you do settle, I think, somewhere, and it gives you the right thing, even if, like, the work you produce is, well, I don't know, would you say it was influenced by? No. Would you say it was influenced by in a roundabout way, in that you're railing against it, or is it not even as linear as that?
No, it's not really, no. It's just sheer laziness of having moved away. And convenience of being there, and like the right sort of, even my first boyfriend, well, not my first boyfriend, but when I was setting up the pottery, he was like, oh, come on, he was very like a man with the van, and he'd get in the van and go and get a kiln and plonk it down and say, there you are, get on with it, It's a really doughy person. Yeah. Whereas I'd be sort of dithering. And, you really need them sometimes. But then, maybe not as life.
Maybe they're not marriage material.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lovely feather.
Oh, thanks.
I think, and in a way, doing it quite quickly, and those colours are, blimey, she's quite a talent.
Oh.
I love it.
That means a lot from you.
Wow, I'm actually quite, I'm still got that feeling from school where I'm looking over somebody else's shoulder thinking, oh.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. But then maybe, is it good to do that?
Yeah, it's really good.
What a house!
I know, it was absolutely incredible. I loved it. I really loved her.
She sounded amazing.
Inspiration, yeah. And I got to paint a pot. Yeah,
I know. And did you take it home with you? Where is it?
She's firing it. She's going to send it to me. And I did GCSE ceramics. I'd made lots of things in ceramics. Like I made massive Weetabix box, and I put the clay through a mincing machine that you make beef mince with, and made this kind of 3D Weetabix box. And I liked doing things like that, but I was not good at getting the air bubbles out, and a lot of things used to explode. It's quite finicky using clay.
You're exploding pots. Well, I just need to go back. Let me circle back round, as they say in media, and. You sort of glossed over the mincemeat machine putting. What are you talking about?
So in the ceramic studio at school, we had this beef mincing machine.
Yeah, of course you do.
Standard. It was there. It's someone's kitchen. They brought it in.
And you were putting clay through the mince meter.
Yes, so I made a Weetabix box. Thank you for taking such an interest in this, by the way, when I've just been to see a professional potter. But I love this. I haven't spoken about this since about 1993.
I'm not surprised.
I made a three-dimensional Weetabix box. I hope this will stay in. And it was the size of a real Weetabix box with lettering saying Weetabix that came out, three-dimensional lettering that I, and then the bowl of Weetabix, because on the Weetabix packet, there's a bowl of Weetabix with milk being poured on it, or that at least there was in the 90s. And now it's a blooming AI Weetabix.
Yeah, it's all that computer magic.
Yeah. So I did the bowl, part of the bowl coming out of the box as if it was sort of coming towards you,
3D.
like escaping.
Yeah.
And then the mincemeat machine was what was used to put the clay through to make the sort of texture of the Weetabix, which came out of the bowl.
Right, great.
Yeah.
It was a lovely autumn day, and the famous five were thinking of all the amazing things they could do if they travelled with Great Western Railway. Hot air ballooning in Bristol, said George. Exploring Cardiff Castle, said Anne. Boating in Henley, said Dick. Let's take in a London show, said Julian. We'll do the whole lot, said George, but can we set off tomorrow? I've tired myself out just thinking about them. There's more to explore with Great Western Railway. Adventures start here.
After we visited Mary Rose Young, we headed to Hip Social, which was a sort of cosy family-run cafe in Lydney. When I first went in there, it'd been absolutely pouring down with rain, and I was soaked from head to toe. And they were very kind and let me sit by the radiator and made me nice and warm. And the place, I was going to say stank, but that is the worst. It's not the word I would. It's not the word I meant, but it's the aroma coming from the kitchen was gorgeous of treacle cake being cooked.
Yeah.
But I could only think of the word stank, but it was a very, very nice smell, very enticing.
My name is Lucy, and I'm the owner of a coffee shop based in Lydney, the Forest of Dean, which I run with my husband Tom, and we've been open now 5.5 years. Hips is about good coffee, good food with local supplies where we can, and a good community, whether it's people you know or the people that are serving you. Tom and I founded Hips because we really wanted to give people somewhere they could come, where they could really experience like great hospitality. We've both worked in hospitality like over 15 years, and we've worked in a lot of awesome places and a lot of less than awesome places, and we wanted to just give the best to the people of our community, whether it's what they're eating, drinking, or the atmosphere that they're able to enjoy. And also the team, we wanted to look after them. We employ over 25 local people. We're able to support them and their families, give them training that then they've used when they've gone to university or when they've gone traveling. And for me, it's very important to be a good place. Lydney in particular is the middle of everywhere and the middle of nowhere at the same time, which is awesome. So you should really come to the Forest of Dean because, like, first of all, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning throughout the year. It is stunning, and we've lived here 8 years and we're still finding new places to explore, new people to meet. You've got so much history here, heritage here that you can access. You can walk into it and step into it, which is lovely, as well as the people who are like proud of the forest and look after it as well. Like, they really do look after it, and they want to share that with people as well.
In front of us, we have a piece of carrot cake.
And it looks like a cinnamon bun, and then which they make themselves here. And there's also over there a brownie, a cookie, and banana bread.
I started the day at Clearwell Caves in the Forest of Dean, and Clearwell Caves is it's basically an ochre mine, an iron ore mine.
Ochre, as in, so how do you spell it? O-C-H-R-E.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Ochre is it's a pigment, so it's something you find on the lining of caves, and it's a residue from iron ore. So you chip this stuff off the cave wall, and it goes through a process, and you pestle and mortar it essentially, and it comes up with and it turns into a sort of a pigment. And there's sort of brown. There's 2 shades of brown. There's yellow. There's red, and there's purple. And they use it in paint, and they've been digging this stuff out of the Forest of Dean for 5,000 years.
And can you see it on the walls of do they look different colours?
Yeah. That's what's so incredible. The caves, you go 100 feet down into the caves, and it's really amazing, because you see all these pickaxe marks on the side of the wall where they have been there since medieval time, and you get an unbelievable sense of, because it's so still in there, and obviously it hasn't changed since, there's lights and what have you, but it hasn't changed since for years, for hundreds, thousands of years. And there's these pickaxe marks on the walls where they were getting the stuff out. You mine it off the wall. And it was used 5,000 years ago. It was used. It had sort of antiseptic qualities, but it was also used in sort of ceremonies and for covering bodies, and they used it painting faces and ceremonial stuff. So it's really sort of sought after stuff. And when you hold a piece of the rock in your hand, you go, yeah, this would have been seen as something very special 5,000 years ago, because you don't see it anywhere else. So when you find it, you'd think this is this is unique. It's worth holding on to.
It feels like you got like when you came back up, you were like really in a different space, like completely like in touch with your ancestors.
I know. Listen, you go to these things and you don't have any idea how you're going to feel.
Yeah.
And it was very strange because it was you are in a place. You are in a place that hasn't changed for thousands of years, and you do get an incredible sense of where you sit, you know, on the planet. So yeah, that was my quite moving experience. And what about you? What were you doing?
I had a really moving experience as well. I went to this ceramic artist's house, a potter's house, which is also her shop and studio, called Mary Rose Young. I expected to like her stuff because I sort of looked up some images of it and thought, oh, they're really fun pieces. There's like practical things like cups, bowls, egg cups, dishes, and then there's also like just beautiful things that you wouldn't use, like pictures, but they're so bright and they're so like in your face and they're so sure of. They're just infused with her. They're like really bold. I've never seen anything like it. So there's loads of crowns and there's like everything's quite kind of like there's a big dollop of gold and there's a big like big polka dots and it's so cool. And when you went in, you just immersed in it immediately.
Did she use any of the pigments from?
It'd be so cool. I didn't ask her.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I mean it's probably. It sounds like his pigments were too dark for her.
Maybe, because I painted, so she let me paint a bowl. I mean, her stuff, it's so, like Ozzy Osbourne owns it and like Hollywood royalty own it. So she was like, do you want to paint a bowl? And I was thinking, this bowl must be worth like £100 and you're letting me paint it. But I suppose it's what she does to them that make them so valuable as well.
And
but the shape of it was,
If you mess it up, you just make another one.
Well, no, that's true, yeah.
And you wouldn't mess it up, would you? What did you do? What did you paint it?
Well, because my son loves birds, I think, and I'm reading a book that's got a lot of birds in it. I thought I'm not going to think about what I paint, and I just started painting birds.
Very good, yeah.
And it was lovely.
And what was she like? She was good.
She was great. She said she liked my vein because so I've got this vein for anyone who's listening and can't see. I don't think it's on any images of me because it only comes out when I'm hot or like excited.
Yes.
And it's quite hot because of the kilns, and also I was very excited. So it's double the reason for it to come out. So the veins there, and at the end she said, So it's down the centre of my forehead, and she said that she liked my vein and it added character to my face. So I want to go back.
2 thumbs up for her. That's great.
She was ace. She was really great. She was very cool and. It feels like she was born to do it. You know, I feel like there are some people who think you could just have you probably would have always been artistic, but you might have gone into music or you might have gone into, with her it feels like she was born to do exactly what she does. Yeah, it was a privilege.
Would you go again, Dan?
And not only would I go back to the Forest of Dean, the place itself, and just stay in some cottage somewhere, all nice. Autumn, probably the best time to go.
We went in autumn. It's the kind of place you want to hunker down with knitting or a good book or a mate or a partner or your kids or whoever you're with, you want to be around. I mean, anyone at all, if you like them and want to be around them. You don't even have to love them. And get into a kind of nook or a cranny. It feels like that, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And you got recognised again, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I didn't get recognised.
No, but Peep Show's very big in the caving community.
I know. I've heard that. Because they're sort of quite isolated people, aren't they? And they get into that sort of thing.
They do. This has been Great Escapes with me, Izzy Suttie.
And me, Dan Skinner. It was produced and edited by Adam Stoner with help from Rebecca Small. Richard Ellicott was our videographer. Check us out on Instagram to see me in Clearwell Caves. I'm at EpithemeU1.
I'm at Izzy Suttie, where you'll see me painting my bowl with Mary Rose Young. Links to everything you might need, including Clearwell Caves and Mary Rose Young, are in the show notes.
Don't forget to rate, review and follow the podcast wherever you're listening to it so you never miss an episode. Bye!
Bye!